It's about time you check yourself before you reject yourself. What's up, world? What's up, free thinkers? It's Terrence. Thank you for checking me out, giving me a chance, seeing what this is all about. I want to talk to y'all about reinforcing your intentions. I don't know if y'all ever read that book, Who Moved My Cheese? It's pretty short. I think it's like less than 20 pages or so. That book is incredible. And there's these mice that they eventually learn to stop looking for what they wanted in one spot. There's different stations. The different stations had cheese in them, but they didn't know which would be like fresh cheese or new cheese, or if the cheese was going to be gone one day. But if they stayed where they were, the cheese would get moldy and it would just be bad, and it's a bad situation. So they eventually learned to consistently look around. Don't get comfortable where you are. Always want to progress. So reinforcing your intentions, for example, I'm a father, right? And I learned just recently in a couple videos I expressed that I would always yell at my youngest son. Whenever he would misbehave, he wouldn't listen, he wouldn't do what I wanted him to do. When I wanted him to do it, I'd always raise my voice and yell at him. And multiple people told me that, hey, that's obviously not effective, so try to do something different. I eventually stopped raising my voice at my son, stopped yelling at him, and I had to naturally be creative and try to figure out different ways to get him to listen. Now, I'm not 100% successful, he's just 4, but it forced me to try to learn different things, and being that my mindset's on, okay, try this, try that, try this, try something new, I'll never get bored. And because of that, the chances of me consistently raising my voice and yelling at my son are really, really small, because I know that's so much more out there. You see, you have to reinforce your intentions. As strong as concrete is, right? They put steel in it to reinforce it, because when concrete is pulled, it becomes brittle, it cracks. But when concrete is compressed, that's when it really holds weight. That's when it can take on the load. So that's why they put reinforced steel, or they put steel in the concrete to reinforce it. So what are you constantly feeding yourself? When I wanted to be a personal trainer, I would constantly read books or read magazines or watch videos before I went to work. During my lunch break, I would make workout plans or diet plans, or I'd be reading a book, or I'd be watching a video. When I got off work, I'd either go to the gym, or I'd be doing the same thing that I did for my lunch break, or before I left to go to work. I constantly fed myself. See, it's intention. Think about that. Intention. What are you consistently feeding yourself? So I want you to think about that. I want you to reinforce your intentions. Think about what you're consistently doing, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. What are you doing to reinforce that? I don't really use the word affirmations much, because I think it's kind of like a hippie word. But to me, an affirmation is when you consistently solidify a positive motive. Sounds pretty sweet. I made that up myself. So what are you doing to consistently reinforce a positive motive? You know? And I remember same thing when I was doing Wing Chun. I would consistently just immerse myself in it. What are you immersing yourself in? We all have goals, we all have dreams, but like I said before, we can all want to get to that destination. That's fine. But along the pathway, you got to feed yourself, or you're starved. You will never ever get to that destination. It'll be a dream. It'll be something that you really, really wake up aspiring to do. But I promise you will never get there if you don't feed yourself with the things that you need. Y'all ever play that video game, Sonic the Hedgehog, or even Mario? Before you get to the end of the level and get that flag raised, you got to go through those coins. And Sonic, same thing. You gotta get those rings. And I remember back in the day, Streets of Rage, all those good multiple player games and stuff. And in order to get to the next level, in order to get to the boss, there'd be like turkeys, there'd be like hams, there'd be like apples. They would put food in the video game, and you actually strive and try to get it before you get on to the big boss at the end of the round, right? At the end of the I guess they call them rounds. So I want you to think about that. What are you consistently doing? If you have a dream, you have a goal, that's cool. Nobody cares. What are you consistently giving yourself? What are you consistently reinforcing? Because if you have open-ended goals, if you have open-ended dreams, chances are you're opening up the door to them, but you're not closing the door behind you. And when you don't close the door behind you, you can walk away, you can run away, or that exit looks mighty inviting. So what you need to do is go into your purpose, open that door, go into it, and then close the door behind you so that you won't go backwards, so that you won't quit. You are your outcome. Peace. If this video in any way, shape, or form moved you or made you feel some type of way, be sure to click the links below, buy a book, support the cause, or simply share the video. I appreciate it. You are your outcome. Peace.